My name is Noel, battling MS. Welcome to Verbal on Life. And I want to give you guys my opinion to what I think. That I don't believe this indictment. To me, it's a bunch of BS. Because at the end of the day, we're talking about a rock star that invited a bunch of adults to what we call freak offs. Like, there's no children involved. These are all consenting adults that should have known better. They should have maybe said no to Diddy. Like Cat Williams says, just say no and walk away. You don't have to be there. And not only that, but be there for a couple of days, for a couple of months, taking IV just to get your strength back. To me, these people were having the time of their life. Probably only got a few bucks, and now see that Diddy's a billionaire, and they want some of that money. It's a big money grab. But let's listen to the indictments. Let's see what they got to say. Let's check it out.
Okay. Yo, Verbal on Life.
Yeah, I got my brother.
Yeah, man.
Nate No Filter is here to talk about it. I just did an introduction saying how we're going to talk about the Puff Daddy indictment. How a grown man can be going to jail for just having wild rockstar sex parties.
Listen, man. It's a lot of allegation. They put the phone. Let me know how's it looking. Talk to me. How we looking now? Damn, long time being in Verbal on Live suspension because of Donald Trump.
yeah. Say hi to the subscribers, man. They miss you. Say what's up.
Yo, what's up, people? What's going on? Let's go at it again. 2024 September. It's been a while.
All the allegations have been around Nate, and they want to hear your opinion. Like, they got Diddy about to go to jail for the rest of his life. That's insane.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Your man had it coming. He got a lot of enemies. But a lot of people saying why.
Yeah, the man is a rock star, having rock star parties. It's not new. Using drugs and going crazy with the women. This is not new.
I think the only mistake Diddy did, I think, is that he went both sides. Like with Hugh Hefner, if you notice, only women coming in. Nothing against the gay people, but what I'm saying is P. Diddy did both crossover.
And that's another thing. Allegation of men getting what is it called?
Yo, he got a lot of celebrity, bro. He got a lot of people, man. A lot. Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? Jamie Foxx. He got a lot.
LeBron. He got LeBron James.
Oh, he got LeBron James for sure. Dwayne Wayne. He got a lot of. Even Lil Wayne, fuck that, all the motherfucker. I think Drake, he beat the shit out of Drake because he didn't want to participate like Fabulous.
He got a lot of allegations, and they talk rumors that there's a lot of videos, like he videotaped everything.
Yeah.
And so he could use that as extortion to those celebrities.
And have you noticed all his friends backed up? Everybody quiet. JC, his right-hand man, quiet. Everybody in Bad Boy staff, quiet. It's crazy.
In my opinion, all this is happening because right now, Diddy is suing Ciroc, the liquor company.
Oh, yeah.
And they're saying that company are the ones that like putting the pressure to get him in jail for going up against them.
Yeah, because I think Diddy wanted to make his own liquor. So he was doing his own thing. So they figured, wait a minute, this guy's trying to bounce. And I think that's the reason why they pulling the plug on him. But I think it got to be more than that. What about the Cassidy situation? That video was crazy.
Wait, what's the Cassidy situation?
Remember the hotel? They came out and they did the settlement, the quickest settlement in the world in one day.
Oh, yeah, that girl that he gave her $30 million.
Yeah, that $30 million in one day. He rebought it real quick.
But you know what? You know what I'm going to say about Cassidy? Like, you can say whatever you want about Cassidy, but if he was having freak off, inviting men to run a train on her, she had all the right to say no and walk away. How you going to let grown men run a train on her while he just watches? Like, that's not normal.
That's not, yeah. The thing is, people getting so deep in the rabbit hole that once they're in there, it's hard to come back. So now they throwing this allegation because they're going after Diddy, which is fucked up.
And that's another problem. They're trying to say like they didn't have a choice. Look at this guy. Look at this guy talking about The charges.
The charges, let me see. Put it
Sean Combs stood in Times Square and was handed a key to New York City. Today, he's been indicted and will face justice in the Southern District of New York.
One of the most famous names in the hip-hop world is now facing 3 charges in federal court. Many people have come forward in recent months to
It's only 3 charges. Let's listen to this. Only 3 charges, really?
Only 3, right?
accuse Sean Diddy Combs
That's crazy.
of abuse, sex trafficking, drug possession, and more. But now the federal government is getting involved and promising to bring down the rap mogul's alleged criminal empire.
Oh, and by the way, he just said the federal government, and the federal government has a winning percentage rate of like 95% or some shit.
But
It's
he ain't
really
gonna
high.
do it all the time. You can tell. Diddy's gonna tell. Shit, 6ix9ine, everybody for sure.
Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber.
I
He
know.
got the best lawyer. He ain't
This
going
office is determined to investigate and prosecute anyone who engages in sex trafficking, no matter how powerful.
This guy just says sex trafficking. You're telling me that you can't get on a plane and go somewhere else with a girl like on a date? Are you serious?
Exactly. That's what I keep telling you. Like, wait a minute, sex trafficking. They came to him. Like, yeah, I'm in Miami, come through. Boom.
And he's paying for the flight because he got the money to pay for the flight. Come on now.
Or wealthy or famous you may be. No one should doubt our commitment on that.
Talk about a day in the legal and crime world. And today, it all centers around Sean Diddy Combs and all of these details and filings in his new criminal case. And we're going to break it down for you right now, give you everything you need to know. So, the Southern District of New York is promising justice for multiple victims who say that rapper, producer, businessman Combs used his power, influence, and wealth to intimidate them into doing his bidding. Whether
That's it? Intimidation?
I don't get that part.
Are you serious?
performing sexually or cleaning up after apparent sex acts. Now, we've, of course, been reporting on Combs for months here on Sidebar. In November of last year, Cassandra Ventura, Cassie Combs' ex, filed a huge lawsuit against him, claiming that he abused her physically, sexually, emotionally.
Oh, and by the way, she filed a lawsuit only because of Donald Trump. They reverted the lawsuit and said that any female can sue now. There's no statute of limitation. And that was last year. They had a 1 year period.
Yeah, 1 year gap. You're right. And they forced her to do that. Plus, I don't get it, man. She know what time it is. She was in that world. And she was a side chick. Because P. Diddy was married when she was messing with Diddy.
You see that? That's crazy.
With Kim. Mm-hmm.
So that was a money grab in my opinion.
For years before she was finally able to get away. Now, Combs denied everything she had to say in her filing. He settled the lawsuit with her just 1 day after it was filed, but we know that set off a chain reaction. Multiple other lawsuits against him and even against his son were filed, alleging sexual abuse, sex trafficking, illegal narcotics possession, violence. Then, in March of this year, Homeland Security agents, they show up at Combs' homes in both Miami and Los Angeles, search warrants in hand. They raided both locations, seemingly collecting a huge amount of evidence, which we will get through in a moment. And we learned at the time that this was connected to a sex trafficking investigation out of the Southern District of New York, but we didn't know all the exact details.
I mean, sex trafficking. What the hell are they talking about? Like, what comes to your mind when you hear that? Sex trafficking.
They go into another county, put them in the van, tie them up. They don't know where they're going. That's for me, that's sex trafficking. Cross them over the border.
But yeah, that sounds like some criminal shit.
Some criminal shit. They exaggerated. You know, famous, got money, he's black. You know, we got to bring him down. That's the way I look at it.
Like, they call it sex trafficking. I'm thinking it's a date. Like, you tell a girl, I'm taking you to Florida. Most girls will say, yeah, a superstar like Puff Daddy's paying for a private jet for me to go to Florida. Why not? Now, if she gets on a plane and go, that's sex trafficking.
The only thing is going to change, I need to see the videos. That's it, of the inside party. I don't want to hear the same thing.
This week and
wait, so you want to see the video?
Because I want to see who's hiding. I mean, they mentioning rappers, abuse, mistreatment, grown people. Remember, it's a grown-ass people.
Wait, and that's what I'm talking about. These are grown adults who are not suing. Only like all the rich people or the rich adults, none of them are suing. I'm talking about the ones that are still broke and didn't grab the money from him. Those are the ones suing. Those are the ones that want like money grab and suing for millions of dollars. Like, yo, how's this man a millionaire and they just ran through me for 2 months?
I know, right? And I heard he get a freak fest used to take for days. So you telling me I'm gonna let a man kidnap me for 3 days? Like, wait a minute.
And all you got was a happy moment. That's what you got out of it? A happy moment?
Yeah, you ain't get paid? Shit.
All right,
Combs was officially arrested Monday night at the Park Hyatt Hotel in New York out in Manhattan. According to his defense team, he had been booked there since September 5th. That was nearly 2 weeks ago. And he was in town in anticipation of the charges being filed, which is important because now that Combs has been arrested and charged, he says this is an example to show he's not a flight risk. He's been cooperative. However, U.S. Attorney Damian Williams, again from the Southern District of New York, held a press conference and was asked about Combs' cooperation in this case. He seems skeptical.
Let me just say this. I think that generally and with increasing frequency, the word cooperative or cooperating has taken on tremendous elasticity, and it no longer really bears any relation to what the word means when we use it in a very specific context. So,
and you see what they did right there? They're using a black man to take down another black man. So they can't say
they smart. Yeah, I'm glad you peeped that. Yeah, that's how they do. Yeah, man, the system is corrupt, bro.
So that's a black man taking down another black man because he wasn't invited to the free corps.
He said, I wanted you to invite me in 2003, son. Payback.
Payback's a bitch.
Payback's a bitch, son.
Responding to lawful process and the like does not qualify as cooperation when we use that term here.
By the way, as we sort through all these legal filings around...
See, that guy right there is a white guy. He can't do it.
No, they won't let him. Hell no.
There's a lot to get into. Can I just take a quick second to tell you guys about something positive? Yeah, something that I think you're actually going to really love.
Only in America.
Only one named in believes they can prove. And that brings me to this major indictment against Sean Combs. So prosecutors filed documents in federal court that lay out the accusations against Combs and his associates. Although, to be clear, Combs is the only one named in this filing for now. He faces 3 charges: racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Now, during a hearing on Tuesday, Combs entered a not guilty plea to every...
What he just said, to engage in prostitution? What?
Yeah, but they hitting him with the charges. Okay, so if he got a criminal investigation, well, the rest of the gang, like who else participated? We need to know. He's taking all the charges.
Yeah, and they're talking about RICO. You know, RICO is like an organization, like a group committing
like a mafia, like a mafia. Yeah, like a mafia type of shit.
So it's like the whole mafia is all around making sure P. Diddy's happy. Like, are you serious? Like,
listen, we need to protect that man. I think he won't make it from here to January. Oh, hell no, not Diddy, man. He got freedom, certain lifestyle. He's gonna be Epstein.
Yo, I am pro Diddy, man, because seriously, right there, what he just said are all sexual allegations. Allegations. You know, that means women who are not happy.
Yo, you remind me of the Boondocks character. My fault, that Boondocks character.
Yeah.
Bootylicious.
Oh, yeah, in Boondocks, they try to show that rappers are gay.
Yeah, and he's the ringleader. Oh, shit, take that.
Oh, look, somebody wrote a comment. They wrote down, isn't there a presumption of innocence? And you know what's sad about that? That when you go to jail, right, you post your bond so they let you out before going to court. So there's a presumption of innocence. And then when it took Diddy said, yo, I'm going to give you $50 million to bond me out. And the court said, no, you are a flight risk. So they're not presuming he's innocent.
And the one thing I don't like, I think, is his associate are the one that's telling on him and making sure that he don't get out so they can be able to cover themselves up. I think that's the move.
You got to be big. Like you got to be big. Like you're an associate that doesn't like him. Who do you think is doing all of this? How big do you have to be?
I'm going to be honest. I ain't going to say no name, but it's somebody that's close to him that's doing that to him to take over. Oh. It might be LeBron. It might be LeBron James. Oh, no. It might be Jay-Z. It might be Birdman. It might be one of those big CEOs that don't like him.
You said it. You're right. Somebody in the music industry.
Somebody know. If you eliminate him, then you take the throne.
All right, let's keep listening.
All right.
Of all charges, Combs faces a minimum of 15 years in prison with the possibility that the 54-year-old could spend the rest of his life behind bars. That
They're talking about 15 years to life, yo. He's
15
55.
years. Come on, man. That man won't be able to do this dance. Take that,
That means
take that, take
coming
that.
out of jail when he's 70, maybe.
Hey, listen, he's telling. They gotta kill him. Sorry that I gotta say it, but they have to do something to keep his mouth.
Yeah. Like I said, man, we got to do a free Diddy campaign.
That's what we're talking about here. So we're going to break down each of these counts for you, as well as more on why Combs says he should be allowed out on bail while he waits trial. And let's start with the indictment. It's 14 pages, jam-packed with information. I want to hit the highlights. So first, right out of the gate, the government lays out some pretty damning accusations. Quote, for decades, Sean Combs, a.k.a. Puff Daddy, a.k.a. P. Diddy, Diddy, a.k.a. P. D, Love, they, throughout the course of this indictment, refer to him by as many monikers. The defendant abused,
his
threatened, and
personality.
coerced women and others around him to...
Yo, are you serious? They're talking about sexual, to fulfill his sexual desires and protect his reputation and conceal his conduct. Like, still haven't heard anything about killing or drugs or minors. Again,
what about if Puff Daddy said it wasn't Puff, it was Diddy that did that shit? I got split personality. I got a disease. You know what I'm saying? That was the fourth guy. It wasn't even me. I'm a businessman.
Yo, this guy's a billionaire. And look what they're talking about. Just sexual misconduct. It sounds like a bunch of haters. Let's keep listening.
Fill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. To do so, Combs relied on the employees, resources, and influence of the multifaceted business empire that he led and controlled, creating a criminal enterprise whose members and associates engaged in and attempted to engage in, among other crimes, sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice.
But that's just called employees. You know, when you got employees to clean up the apartment, to clean the hotel room.
Yeah, the hotel, yeah.
Those are just employees of him. And that's what you're supposed to do with employees. You pay them to take care of cleaning, and then they go home.
And then the thing that get me upset is criminal enterprise. Like, wait a minute, he's been having a company since the 90s. What the hell?
That's a regular company.
Regular company, man. What the hell?
Yeah, like if you work for anybody and they ask you to move something, you're not supposed to go in there then to go outside and report to the FBI what you saw. No, you're an employee.
I mean, to be honest, once you look back at the situation, they've been dying to get this guy for a long time. They're doing like the Bill Cosby and Kanye West and the rest, Michael Jordan when they did with the gambling. They got to find a way how to bring them down. But they gotta come harder than that. For me, I gotta see videos.
Yo, that is so true because they also know that the public and everybody loves punching up, love punching at people above you. Yeah. Right? You don't punch down at the guy struggling in life. You punch up at the guy.
Another thing, though, so let me ask you a question. What do you think about them $1,000 of baby oil? Oh, yeah. 1,000 bottles. Sorry about that. The bottles.
Yes, watch. They're going to talk about it.
Which brings me now to count one, racketeering conspiracy. So the main idea here is that there is a criminal agreement, an agreement to engage in racketeering. And racketeering is when there is a criminal enterprise, it's like organized crime, a grouping of people who break the law. They commit crimes. Now, it doesn't need to be Sean Combs breaks the law LLC. You don't need
a grouping of people that break the law, a group of people.
Exactly. A group
just
of
an
people.
Organized group of people, organized crime. And a criminal enterprise is supposed to have a common goal. So whether it was to benefit financially, whether it was to satisfy Sean Combs' sexual desires,
That's illegal? Are you serious? That's illegal to satisfy Sean Combs.
Now, I'm going to throw a fun factor for my Verbal on Life audience that they didn't know. As soon as P. Diddy got locked up, all the CEOs started dropping like flies. My boy from Nike, the CEO from Nike, he did it yesterday. Robert Kyle from 300 Enterprise, that he did Def Jam, he dropped out. Everybody's dropping out like flies, bro, because they participated.
Everybody participating and helping Sean Diddy bust a nut. That's illegal now.
That's
for real. There has to be a common goal in mind. We saw this. We're seeing this.
That's the common goal. Make sure this nigga bust a nut.
Actually, I should say, in the Young Thug trial out of Georgia. Big thing for the prosecution is they have listed a number of different crimes. They're trying to say this wasn't done in an individual capacity, but it was done to further that gang. Similar idea here. Okay. Now, also, as you're going to see here, in a racketeering case, there are numerous predicate crimes. These are underlying crimes that Combs is not specifically.
I'm sorry, but I was dying laughing like, yo,
I know.
that's the conspiracy. Are you serious?
You let this man bust a nut? Are you going to jail? No, but go ahead. My bad. That shit was funny. I need a moment.
Unless I hear like something sick, like he's violating animals or violating kids, I don't want to hear. Okay.
Shit, if he would have raped a dog, it would have been a wrap already. You know how they love more dog than humans.
Yeah,
he would have been fucked. Michael Vick his ass.
Or minors. But again, these are adults getting together to help showing Diddy bust a nut.
Charged with like arson or kidnapping or forced labor, but they are crimes under the umbrella of the larger criminal enterprise. By the way, I should tell you, the racketeering allegations that we see in this indictment are very consistent with the allegations put forward by Rodney Little Rod Jones, Combs' former producer, who was one of the people that filed a sexual assault lawsuit.
That's a snitch right there who's just mad because he ain't getting no money
against him and said there were violations of racketeering law. In fact, although no one is specifically named in this indictment,
you're right. He didn't get the money. He broke. So he said, let me get this money real quick. After Cassidy, everybody want to sue.
The charges here, especially Cassandra Ventura, because we all know that when that video back in 2016 was released,
that's the only video they released where he put his hand on Cassidy, show her what time it is.
By CNN a few months ago of Sean Combs
that's the only
reportedly
one,
beating Cassandra Ventura in a hotel elevator bank. That was publicized for the whole world to see, and he apologized for on Instagram. That is mentioned specifically in this indictment. Now, reading from the indictment, the defendant and others, known and unknown, participated in.
They're not supposed to.
They're not supposed to. Once you settle a case, you can't just bring it back.
And this is 2016 that he body slammed her.
And unlawful and other activities related to the conduct of the Combs Enterprises affairs. These individuals included certain Combs business employees, such as members of Combs security staff, household staff, personal assistants, and high-ranking supervisors.
These are all employees. They just go there to do their job and keep it moving.
As well as other close.
It can't be no RICO charges, organization BS these people are talking about.
Right? If you're my employer, I tell you stay overtime. It's not forced labor. Or they force me to clean sperm, and they're supposed to do that shit, clean the sheets.
Right, that's the job. And not only that, but you said okay to the job and you got paid.
2016, you're right. Keep going.
Combs. Now, one of the most startling examples of Combs' alleged control over those around him came from the description of apparent sex parties called freak-offs. This is something that Ventura and others alleged in their lawsuits. What are they? Well, the indictment says Combs and other members and associates of the Combs enterprise wielded the power and prestige of Combs' role at the Combs business to intimidate, threaten, and lure female victims into Combs' orbit, often under the pretense of a romantic relationship. Combs then used force, threats of force.
Yo, the pretense of a romantic relationship. So he tells girl, I love you. Come to my house. If you really love me, it's on a train.
Yo, you know what? You know what's my new thing? When I go to the restaurant or bar VIP, hey, don't stay around my orbit. Do not stay around my orbit, bitch. Because that shit could be a diamond. Yo, they crazy, man.
Yo, not only that, but he's the boss. He is supposed to be acting like a boss. Like he's telling people how to do, what to do, how to move. And if you don't like it, you're supposed to go away or give him the finger and be like, I'm not doing it. You are an adult.
That's the part that I don't get, man. And once the allegation or you feel violated, why y'all wait so long? Like, what the fuck? I don't get that shit.
Yo, 1,000 bottles of baby oil, you're going to be there for a minute.
Now, look what another report says. Every time you go to his house, he shows you around. So people saw the bottle. He never moved it. It was always there. Nobody was curious. Say, yo, Diddy, well, you got all this pharmacy here. Like, what the fuck? He been doing this in 2003.
But you know what? Now, also, if you go to somebody's house and you see something weird, right there, you're an adult. You know, let me go home, or you may want to participate. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these women, they're beautiful women. Maybe they want to participate to go to another level of doing drugs, and then really we could do ibuprofen after 5-10 dudes run a train on me, and I won't feel a thing. Let's do this.
So to my Verbal on Life audience, ladies, if you are gorgeous and beautiful and you go to one of these parties, you know the repercussion. You know what's gonna happen. You know.
Yo,
It's like the casting. It's like the casting couch. You know,
thank
you
you.
go
That's
in there, you sit down. You can't act like you don't know. We all know what's going on. Everybody knows.
that's the only thing that I was saying, that if it's a minor, yes, he should go to jail. He shouldn't do that. But when you're talking about you got adult and like really old people, my man, you know better. Like all these
Yeah, you know
executives,
what? You're right, Noel. They haven't brought no minors allegation. Everybody's an
no,
adult in the
right.
plea come.
And they try to say they mad because the whole goal was to get this thing in the bus and nut. Let me keep playing this.
force
Yo,
and
that
coercion
shit
to cause victims to engage in extended sex acts with male commercial sex workers that Combs referred to as
I didn't even know they had commercial sex workers.
Yo, that keyword right there get me mad. Commercial. No, male prostitute, nigga. Male prostitute. What you
Yo,
mean commercial? I can order one. My sister can just order one. Like, let me order one. Yo, check it out. Uber a commercial prostitute.
that's insane. What's the number?
among other things, freak-offs. Freak-offs were elaborate and produced sex performances that Combs arranged, directed, I'm not going to say the next part, basically pleasured himself during, and often electronically recorded. In arranging these freak-offs, Combs, with the assistance of members and associates of the Combs enterprise, transported and caused to be transported commercial sex workers across state lines and internationally. Freak-offs occurred regularly, sometimes lasted multiple days, and often involved multiple commercial sex workers. So this is also kind of a flavor of the sex trafficking charge, which we'll get to a little bit later. During freak-offs, Combs distributed a variety of controlled substances to victims, in part to keep the victims obedient and compliant. Sometimes, unbeknownst to the victims, Combs kept videos he filmed of victims engaging in sex acts with commercial sex workers. After freak-offs, Combs and the victims typically received IV fluids to recover from the physical exertion and drug use. The
Yo,
indictment then provided.
I didn't know that IV fluid will help you regain your strength to keep it going.
I didn't even know that. Now everybody's gonna be going looking for that shit in the pharmacy.
Yeah, I'm about to order me a bottle of IV fluid.
Shit, be careful. Make sure you make them sign a consent. Baby,
Actually,
I'm gonna be here for 8 hours. You ready for this freak?
Provides more details about what Combs expected his employees to do before, during, and after these sessions.
Now, Combs
you heard what he said, his employees.
did not
You
do
know
this
one
all
thing
on
I
his
don't
own.
like? Oh, go ahead. Hit it.
All right.
As I mentioned, Combs has been charged with RICO conspiracy. He used his business and employees of that business and other close associates to get his way. Those individuals allegedly included high-ranking supervisors in the business, personal assistants, security staff, and household staff.
You know, if you're an employer, you're the head of the company. Yes, you hire people to get your way because it's your company. Now, the only problem here is that he used them to bust a nut. And now you're telling me that's for other.
You know, everybody knew Diddy is a freak. Everybody knew that. My man Cat Williams said it. You gotta say no. You gotta
Thank
say
you.
no.
Cat Williams said no. All you got to do is leave or
Yeah.
say no. It's not, you haven't heard anything yet about prisoners, about I'm not letting you go unless I bust a nut. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you haven't heard that. It's crazy, man. And there's always loopholes. The only thing I don't like is when they say transporting. So let's say he rents a yacht. You know, those super rich, they be having the yacht and they got these young girls. They fly some from somewhere.
But
They don't be around. You don't see them fat girls. No disrespect to the big girls, but you don't see those young, beautiful women going to those yachts. That why they don't charge those super rich.
yo, and this is not the first time you heard stories about super rich people flying over women from other states to
Yeah,
party with
it's
them.
not the first time.
So this is sort of like the norm that if you want a girl to go somewhere, you got to pay for it. You know what I mean? Like you don't call a girl and tell her, hey, yo, girl, come to my house and pay for it.
Right? You better. If not, my cat. All right, I'm gonna go. No, you gotta make a grown man decision. Even to get in the flight, you gotta purchase the ticket on your own. You gotta come. Nobody forced you to be in the plane. It's just because that when you walk in the house, Diddy got 1,000 baby oil. That doesn't mean he's ready. You already know what time it is. Shit,
You know
you
what?
heard my name in the streets.
After this case, now every man got to tell a girl, listen, I need you to pay and bring your own baby oil and come to
Yup, that's how it's gonna be. Like that David Chappelle skit. sign right there.
Yeah.
Bring your own baby oil because I don't want my fingerprints on in that bottle. You touch it too.
All right, let's keep listening.
People want to be
The indictment alleges that those individuals facilitated the freak-offs. They booked the hotel rooms and stocked them with the supplies, including drugs, baby oil, personal lubricant, extra linens, and lighting. When the hotel rooms got damaged, they helped clean it up. They arranged for victims and commercial sex workers to travel for the freak-offs, and they delivered large quantities of cash to Combs to pay for the commercial sex workers.
So he was paying.
According
Oh,
to
yeah,
the
he was
indictment,
paying.
in or about March of
Sure.
2024, during searches of Combs' residences in Miami, Florida, and Los Angeles, California law enforcement seized various freak-off supplies, including narcotics and more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant.
Yo, 1,000 bottles. Yo, this man was ready for
Yo,
war.
this man was about no for war. Yo, he was about to get the business. He was about to Johnson & Johnson out of business.
Yo, I think he was a partner. He said he called the company directly and said, "Yo, send me 1,000 bottles. I'm not going nowhere outside my house."
Wow,
What
we
is
talked
that
about
for?
physical
People want to
evidence
be
here
shiny.
to prove these claims. Now,
My man said, "I don't want to see no ashy elbows or ashy knees." We're gonna sign tonight.
federal prosecutors allege that Combs used the threat of violence as well as actual assaults to keep his alleged victims in line. The indictment reads, quote, Combs maintained control over his victims through, among other things, physical violence, promises of career opportunities, granting and threatening to withhold financial support, and by other coercive means, including tracking their whereabouts, dictating the victim's appearance, monitoring their medical records, controlling their housing, and supplying them with controlled substances. During and separate from freak-offs, Combs, among other things, hit, kicked, threw objects at, and dragged victims at times by their hair. These assaults often resulted in injuries that took days or weeks to heal. Combs.
Yo, that's normal in a relationship to have a physical fight. It happens, especially when you're young.
Yeah, because women be hitting men. What about when the man got the physical busting and lips? We don't make a big deal.
When people are young, that's how they do. They scream at each other, they throw stuff. And we're talking about people who are lubricated.
Yeah, like Noel, when Noel get abused, you know what I'm saying? He don't tell nobody. He don't be in the news. Like, yo, they beat me. Tell Noel.
When I slip on the lubrication, I can't even walk like whoop, to the ground.
Also threatened victims' careers and livelihoods, including if they resisted participating in freak-offs. So a majority of that indictment covers that first count, racketeering conspiracy. Now I want to talk quickly about the other two counts that he faces. So count 2 is a charge of sex trafficking of a victim by using force or coercion or fraud to have that person engage in commercial sex acts that are either for money or something of value is promised or given. And there were allegations that Combs had made promises of opportunities and so forth to get what he wanted.
Don't men make promises to women? You know what I mean? Like when they started to get to know each other.
I mean, they do that all the time. That's one of the protocols. Like when you go casting, all right, go make out with this girl to see if you got the part. Now bend over, do this. You sign some paperwork, and I'm not for sure that Diddy did the same thing. All signed up. That's why they lasted so long to catch up to him. I don't get it, man.
We're in the year 2024, and these are victims from 2016. That's 8 years ago.
You heard about the one that's from 2003. She even passed the limitation. Even the lawyers say, wait a minute, 2003, yo, you late. You man late.
That's insane, man. This is crazy.
Wanted. And he's also charged with count 3, which is related to the transportation of people for purposes of prostitution. Now, quick side note about this. This is a comprehensive indictment, but it doesn't have a lot of details about what evidence prosecutors have to
exactly. It doesn't have no details. What the hell are they talking about? What are they going to bring out the videotapes?
Yeah, that's the only way people are going to believe it.
What?
That's the only way people are going to believe it, with the video. Or this might be a distraction because we're in election. So this might be a distraction. But
yo, you know, you're right, because also there's some videos of Diddy. You know, Kamala Harris used to hang out with Diddy back in the day.
Exactly. Mondale, all them guys, everybody.
Montel, yes, Montel, Diddy, and Kamala Harris. I can't wait for that video to come out.
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy, man. This man is gonna tell. I'm telling you, Diddy is smart. He got all them videos hitting. He's gonna call his son and say, "Listen, put this out. I put a snippet so people can see what's up, what time it is. Take that." Take that.
He should send a video to Kamala Harris. Yo, here, just take a look at that. I don't gotta say nothing. That's it.
That's crazy.
Every allegation that has been asserted against Combs in numerous civil complaints. For instance, there is nothing regarding minors. You know, there's been a lot of allegations that there were minors at these Combs parties, which we had heard before in these other allegations and these other
you see what I'm saying? There's no minors, so we're good.
Complaints. Nothing about minors here. Now, Damian Williams, the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, said that it's possible more charges could be on the way. He wouldn't confirm it one way or another, said nothing's off the table, so we don't know. But maybe there wasn't enough evidence to prove that there were minors at these parties or Combs did anything criminal related to minors. But I tell you what, we did get a lot more information from another filing from the prosecution. I'll get to that in a second. First, I have to get to the defense, because in a letter filed with the court on Tuesday, Combs' defense team laid out a proposed bail package for their client, why he should be released pending trial. And they explained why his actions over the last 6 months point toward cooperation, not avoidance. They also call out the government for seemingly making things more difficult than they had to be. His team writes, quote, through counsel, Mr. Combs promptly told the government that he had voluntarily come to New York, offered to tell them specifically where he was, and offered to turn himself in at the appropriate.
And by the way, Diddy is the most calm person about this whole situation. Like, we're talking about a billionaire who owns 2 jets. He could have took a plane and left the country just not to go to jail. But he seems to be so confident that nothing's going to happen to him that he came to New York to turn himself in.
Yeah, and he was in Harlem the other day. He was in Harlem, chilling with G-Dep. I don't know if you've seen the video that he went and hugged him and talked to him. I think that's the video that made the prosecutor mad.
Yo, how confident do you have to be that you're like, you know what, I'll even put $50 million in bail if you let me out. But they're not letting him out. They're talking about he's a flight risk.
What you think about this? Because you mentioned a lot of celebrities, and this is my prediction. Donald Trump wasn't one of his party. I think Donald Trump is going to pardon him if he wins, so he can keep his mouth shut.
You know, I'm surprised that
like,
Trump.
Daddy, I got you, son. Good.
I'm surprised that Trump doesn't have so much dirt on him, being a billionaire for so many years and going through everything, ups and downs. And
I mean, he does, but those billionaires, they know how to cover it up. That's the beauty of it. When you got money, man, you can cover the sun. Fuck that. You got money, you can do whatever.
Well, Diddy's pretty confident that he actually showed up and turned himself in, and he believes that he ain't going nowhere. Because if he does go to jail, he'll be bringing down, I guess, Trump and Kamala Harris. We all going to jail. Everybody we caught, they got us.
Everybody. And they went inside. If Diddy's smart, he should have another drive, like another hard drive, because they went directly to where the tapes was at.
Oh, and you know that he got 2 houses in Florida. Yeah, and they went directly into one of the house, but they didn't go into the second house that he got next to it. So maybe.
Allegedly, they probably, you know what, when they put it out there, I think it's a lie. They probably went to both of the houses and said, let's put one, because we ain't had a warrant, and we just went overboard with that one. Cover up.
Also, I wonder if somebody snitched and said, go here. This is what.
Oh, no, they said it. Oh, yeah, they had an inside informant. They said it.
Yeah. Bunch of jealous ass haters.
Yeah.
Appropriate time. Even though Mr. Combs came to New York, authorized his lawyers to tell the government of his location and offered to self-surrender, the government effected an arrest last evening. This, we know, is the government's right. However, that he traveled to New York to self-surrender is also something the court should consider. So what is this bail package that the defense outlines? Well, here are some of the main points. One, a $50 million bond co-signed by Combs, his mother, his sister, the mother of his eldest daughter, and his 3 adult sons. That $50 million would be secured by the equity in Combs' Miami home. The appraised value of that home on Star Island is $48 million. So in other words, this is what he's saying. You can secure this. You can know that I'm not going to flee the country. I'm not going to break the bail conditions. I'm putting this home up.
Yo, he's putting up a $48 million house plus a $50 million bond plus the word of his mom, his sister. Yo, that's crazy.
Family members, they supposed to give it to him.
Yo, this man is ultra rich.
The defense says that Combs paid.
It's a little bit sad that I'm going to die, and I'm never going to see that kind of money.
Damn.
Dollars, so he could use it to secure a bond, the equity in his mother's home.
Yeah, this is money that we ain't never going to see. This is not regular.
Never. I'm talking about never, people, unless you hit the lottery. But
yeah, so money we ain't never going to see. But let's see what Diddy does.
Home in Miami could also be used as collateral. And the letter goes on to say that Combs' travel would be restricted to the Southern District of Florida and the Southern District of New York. Combs apparently surrendered his passport to his attorneys right after the raids on his home, and several of his family members, including his children, have surrendered their passports too. Combs' counsel says he is currently working on selling his private plane, so he wouldn't be able to just jet off to some exotic locale that has no extradition with the United States. In the bail package information, it's also revealed that Combs wants to be under house arrest and would agree to GPS monitoring. The letter from Combs' attorneys also fires back at the assistant U.S. attorneys working on the case, saying they reached out to him in the days before the raids, but never got any reply. And then on March 25th, agents swooped in with a big show of force, which the attorneys insist was unnecessary. The filing also goes into Combs' philanthropic works, including his work with the Boys and Girls Club of America, his donations to open a charter school in New York, and his work fundraising to get PPE for frontline workers during the COVID-19 pandemic. At the end of the document, the defense team states Sean Combs has never evaded, avoided, eluded, or run from a challenge in his life. He will not start now. As he has handled every hardship, he will meet this case head on. He will work hard to defend himself, and he will prevail. Now, the prosecution had a different view. So
all right, you know
quote,
what?
the defendant.
So Nate, what do you think of this whole situation? Let's talk. Let's give our opinion.
Yeah, let's give our opinion. I'm gonna set it off first.
Let me.
For me, it's a setup. It's an inside job. One of his associate or the higher up, because Diddy has somebody higher, and it can be three ways. It can be in the music business, and that liquor De Leon that he did. Because remember, Diddy had Ciroc, but Ciroc wasn't his baby. It was a De Leon tequila. So I think one of those guys from France or whatever, they going after Diddy for all the money.
You know what? I'm gonna have to agree with you. And I heard 50 Cent said the same thing. That it might be one of the liquor companies that are just going at it with him. They're like they don't need him anymore. And at the end of the day, the charges seem horrible. We're talking about freak off with grown adults. And like you expect rock stars to be involved with drugs and women and having sex for months with IV fluid just to regain their strength and keep it going.
Like Superman, you know what I mean?
It sounds insane, but it's the norm when you're at that level of rock stardom. I mean, how many women get to talk to P. Diddy? You know what I mean? You get a chance to go visit P. Diddy. These are beautiful women. Now, there's a bunch of, I guess, gay people saying that he was sleeping with men and men were sleeping with him. But you know what? Whatever. It doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, if it was men going at it, who cares?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. 2024. So he just changing the whole game. You know what I'm saying? When we was growing up, it was Hugh Hefner, the Ranch Bunny in Texas. I mean, yeah, Colorado out there. Only women, but Diddy took it to a whole different level, man. You can be trans, you can be gay, straight. Man, come to my party. It's a freak off.
But Nate, tell me the truth. What you think about if P. Diddy was having freak off with a bunch of men, no women involved? Will you feel bad?
No, I'll be like, yo, Diddy, why you don't come out and be the first CEO and rapper and hip hop ambassador of doing this shit? Don't be hiding it, son.
Yo, not only that, if you go to jail with nothing but men, oh my God, you're like, you're home.
Shit. I know he's happy right now in jail. When they put a popular, and they put in the population, they put him out there. Shit. Everybody freak on.
So I don't believe it too much. I think it's if there were victims, it's a bunch of women complaining, grown adult women who went over there in their 20s or 30s, maybe, like going over there for a couple of months. Yeah, they could take it. They could take 5-10 dudes going through them, and now they want to sue because they want to grab money. But the fact that it's federal and they want to send them to jail, makes me think that what you said, Nate, is correct. These are high people. These are like executive in the music industry that are shutting it down.
Yeah, and if you notice, as soon as P. Diddy got locked up, all these CEOs I mentioned, or even the guy from Nike, 300, it's a bunch of them. It's a whole list that they saying, listen, if they can bring P. Diddy down, shit, we next. So they're going down the line. See what I'm saying? They're going down the line.
I don't see this as real crimes because, again, it's not involving minors. These are not a single minor has come out saying that I got abused. Like, they keep putting videos of Usher and Justin Bieber, but those two are not suing. So,
exactly. They're not suing. So it's all allegation, and they part of the machine. Just say this. Let's push this. The media's just shoving it down the throat. Say this, do this, do this. We're getting tired of that shit. We need testimony. We need to hear them out.
Yeah, all I'm gonna say is free Diddy. What they're doing to that man is somebody from up above, somebody who knows the judge. Because you know, judge and all these millionaires, they know each other. They're like, yo, keep him in jail and give him life or something.
Keep him there. Let's find out. We need to push him. We need to replace him. We need to set up an example. Bill, like they did with Bill Cosby. Same thing.
It happened to Bill Cosby. And Bill Cosby was an angel. He was a really good person until all the charges came raining down on him. And
he probably did a CEO or a boss movement, and they didn't like that. See, that's how it works, But Jay-Z is next, man, because they used to be like this. DJ Khaled is quiet. Rick Ross is quiet. French Montana is quiet. What's going on, man? They not saying shit.
Ain't nobody saying nothing. And I only heard like the few rappers that said, I would go there, but I would leave early. I would have stayed there the whole night.
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. Super freak, I guess, past 3 a.m, because I was there till 1.
So everybody's just coming out of left field with this. Candace Owens also was talking about it. How the fact that LeBron James, did you see that picture of LeBron James like wearing a bikini or dressed up like
something? Yeah. I seen it. He's suspect too, and he talked about the free con. They know what time it is. They know, all of them know.
So again, all I'm gonna say is free Diddy, because at the end of the day, we're talking about adults doing freaky shit in a house, and he paid for everything, and now they mad because they ain't got no money. That's crazy. Now the federal government, somebody's taking them down. We don't know. The higher ups is still taking everybody down.
So
all right,
stay tuned. We're gonna keep you informed, and let's see how it goes. All I can tell you is that man is gonna be free because Diddy cannot handle jail. Hell no, he a free spirit, son. That man will hang himself up.
Whew. Yeah, so comment below. Let us know, what do you think about the whole situation? Before you go, make sure to give it a like. Give this video a like. Comment down below. Let us know what you think. You heard my opinion. You heard Nate No Filter, what he thinks. I personally think he's innocent. Nate No Filter, you think what? Repeat what you said again. What you think?
I think he's gonna be free. He's gonna get. Okay. They're gonna let him go. They're gonna let him go because he's gonna push out some evidence that the higher ups don't want him to do. So they're gonna let him go.
All right, and I can't wait to see more evidence. I want to see that video tape with LeBron James getting ran through. That's gonna be funny.
For sure. Take that. We can't stop. Won't stop.
Verbal or life.
That was a good video. All right, let me end it right there.
Yo, boy Diddy, loco, está pasado, loco. Yo, motherfucker got a museum, oh baby. Yo, he's insane.
It looked like a store, like he was selling those bottles.
Yo, but a lot of people are quiet. That's the thing that I'm laughing. Like, they're not commenting on it. They not saying. They literally turning their back on him. But they can't do that. Diddy got too much video. That man, I heard that man got video even in the toilet. That's crazy. All over the house.
Yo, it's crazy. You could get federal charges for free calls. Like,
yeah,
what the hell? What's going on?
Yo, and I see flyers in New York. Like, there's a spot in New York in 23rd and Park that the flyer says freak off. The only way you can get there is my invitation, a text. And they still got it right now. But you know who runs it?
P. Diddy?
No, it runs it, a Jewish guy. And they still run it today. So I was like, damn, that makes no sense. How they charging them like that? But I don't know.
Women have so many. They get a lot of free shit, so many free options. Like if you're a woman and you're beautiful and you get a phone call from these celebrities, these famous people, they'll pay for everything for you to come down and hang out with them. You get a lot of shit. You know what I mean?
And one advice to these girls nowadays, if you want to be part of that world, if they DM you, one of those celebrities, don't post that shit. Make your money, get your bag. These generations sucks. They post that shit right away. Oh, he texted me at 2 a.m. Just the text.
Did you see that Shaquille O'Neal picture with that girl? Have you
Oh
seen
yeah,
the
but
video?
Shaquille O'Neal been doing that shit for years, man. He been doing that shit for years.
But they were saying that's not him. He was saying that's not me. That's not the kid. So
I don't know because I might believe him because the girl showed the hotel and Shaq showed in the hotel sleeping on the sofa.
yeah, so that's why I believe it. So
So
yeah,
I believe that, yeah, she fucked up because she should have recorded the sofa first, then show Shaq. She only showed one of the hotel. When you go to the hotel, sometimes the celebrities they leave that card there. Who gives a fuck?
you know, and Shaq is old. He's like 56. You know, he's getting it on.
Yeah. But
But
now let's see how it goes, my brother. You know, we gotta stick to the next episode. And I'm back. I'm back.
Nate No Filter is back with the Diddy drama. That's crazy. All the
Yeah.
news coming out.
And we got the bad boy. Look, I even got the bad boy.
I mean,
Pretty soon I'm about to take this hat off.
they didn't get the invite.
Get the invite for real. Shit.
All right, peace.
All right, peace.